G'day guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another Call of Duty Modern Warfare loadout video. Today we've got the gun that everyone is using and complaining about everybody else is using, but is still using it because it's literally the best gun in the game. We are of course talking about the M4A1. At the time of recording this video, this is the God gun. It's incredibly strong and pretty insane, pretty It is incredibly strong at pretty much all ranges, and you're very unlikely to get outgunned by someone using literally anything else, except for, I guess, the 725 shotgun at close range. Anyway, we'll jump straight into our gunsmith loadout and we'll go over my preferred attachments, but honestly, this gun is actually so strong that you could pretty much use whatever you like and see good enough results. Anyway, starting with the barrel that I use, I generally prefer the stock M16 Grenadier grip because it just gives you pretty large bonuses. The damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control are pretty important at those sort of more medium to longer range gunfights. It gives you that extra boost to get those bullets on target, doing that a little bit of extra damage, and it only decreases your aim down sight speed and movement speed, which, if you're sort of fighting at medium to longer ranges, isn't really too important. However, if you are looking for something that lets you play a little bit faster and be more aggressive, you can look at the FFS Commando or the FFS Predator, I believe, with the sound suppression and the aim down sight speed and the aim down sight speed and movement speed. Both of these ones give you extra options of being more aggressive. You get into rooms, you clear them out a little bit faster because you can pull your gun up a bit quicker. It's sort of up to you with how you want to play this. So, also another interesting thing is these two. The M16 Grenadier has the same bonuses as the Corvus Custom Marksman, so I'm not actually sure which one you should use. Like, I'm not 100% sure of the actual differences here. You might be able to see that there is a little bit of difference in the little bars that are on the bottom of the screen, but I honestly don't know what's better here. So you can try both of them out, I guess, and see how you go and see which one works better for you. Also, a quick little shout out to the monolithic suppressor here, which gives you that sound suppression and damage range. Normally in Call of Duty games, when you do use a suppressor, you do get the damage range reduction, which, I mean, that's pretty standard. But when you use this big bad boy, because it is a core, solid, superior suppressor, I don't know what any of that means. Basically, it just lets you do more damage at range, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So you can always use that if you need a muzzle, but I tend not to run one. With the lasers, basically, you can sort of choose one of these if you feel like it is necessary. The top one there increases the hipfire accuracy, the middle one increases hipfire accuracy and sprint to fire speed, but the laser is visible, so you can use this one. But this one provides larger bonuses: aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walk steadiness. And of course, the laser can be seen. So either one of those two will do a fairly good job if you do so choose a laser, but I tend not to. So yeah, depending on which maps you're fighting on, you can use the integral hybrid sight. That's one of my favorite sights, or you can just use the iron sights if you prefer. But again, like, a sight is very much up to you. Like, you can even use thermal if you're feeling like super aggressively sweaty. Like I think that'd be kind of cool, but yeah, that's not really for me. So I tend to lean towards the hybrid sight there. The stock I prefer is the Singard Arms Invader because it gives you that aim walking movement speed, which is essentially like Stalker in previous games, or the stock in previous games. Lets you move a bit faster while you're aiming down sight, sort of helps with those gunfights. But if you're feeling slightly more aggressive and you want to run around a bit more, you can take no stock, which I think it's hilarious that it lets you actually take the stock off the gun. Like, look how stupid this thing looks without a stock. Like, I think it just is actually hilarious. But no stock increases your movement speed and your aim down sight speed, which is quite useful at the cost of your stability and your recoil control. So if you're being more aggressive, getting up closer to people, basically that's going to be very useful too. But yeah, mostly I tend to rock the Singard Arms Invader because I do aim down sight a lot and want to be like getting that sight up around corners and stuff like that. So this is always the one I take regardless of how I'm figuring out I'm playing. Underbarrel, I tend to go for the Commando foregrip on most of the weapons that it is available for, but because it is very good. Like, just the recoil stabilization and the aiming stability only for movement speed, which is kind of a stat that doesn't really make too much difference in this game. Like, you can always use the Ranger foregrip if you're posted up somewhere for that recoil control, or again, like the tactical foregrip if you're just going to sit somewhere and sort of chill in a building or whatever. And again, like, the operator foregrip also lets you hold that recoil control, so it's sort of, again, personal preference. Like, much of this game is about personal preference, and I love what they've done with the gunsmith, basically how it lets you choose how exactly you want your gun to be. Like, if you decide that you want the fastest ADS time that you can get, you can just equip all the attachments that increase your ADS time and forget about anything else, and it's cool. It's good that it gives you those options, and basically, yeah, it's one of the best parts of this Call of Duty for me. I love it a lot. The whole customization options that you can do with your weapons. But yeah, typically I do go for the Commando foregrip there. You can of course have much larger magazines. You can get up to 60 round mags, which is pretty outrageous, especially on just an assault rifle. But if you're looking to increase that ADS speed or keep that as high as it can be, you probably don't want to use these. But if you're fighting multiple targets, you probably want to increase your magazine size. So again, this is up to you. You can also do something a little bit interesting in this game and use like different clip magazine or ammo sizes or ammo types. So 9mm ammo you can use in this, which makes your gun shoot a little bit faster, and the aiming recoil control is a bit improved, but again, your damage is a little bit lower. So if you're feeling more aggressive, you can try this. You can give this a try and see how that goes. I've never used it before, but I think it would be quite amusing to run around with basically an M4 that shoots like pistol ammo. I think it'd be kind of cool. I tend to use 50 or 60 if I'm going for the ammunition slot filled, but I tend not to. It sort of depends on the whole setup that I'm using, so I'll leave it off for now. And the rear grip tape of my choice is the stippled grip tape here. It gives you that ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. That's what you want. Like, you really do want that. Of course, you can use the rubberized grip tape if you're struggling for that recoil, but the gun doesn't have an awful lot, and sort of at longer ranges you might need something to help with that, so you can choose that if you're sort of posted up in a bit of an area, or the aiming stability one. It's sort of, again, up to you. I tend to use the stippled grip tape because that is the one I do prefer for that ADS and the walking or to sprint to what is it? Sprint to fire speed. So yeah, use the stippled grip tape because it gives you that ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. That's the one I choose, so feel free to use that. So you can swap out one of these. For example, if you're not using a sight, you can always throw on, for example, sleight of hand, just in case you want to get that faster reload speed, or basically you choose between 60 round mags or faster reloading. It's sort of up to you. So moving on to the rest of your loadout, your secondary can really be whatever you like. Pistols are all pretty good, the launchers are all acceptable for shooting down those kill streaks, the knife is kind of cool for sprinting around with that knife, doing the stabby stab. But if you're also feeling a little bit saucy, you can throw on that overkill, and then you can also attach or get a riot shield, so that'll cover your back. That's pretty funny. Like, I like that a lot, actually. That'll increase your ability to not be dead from behind, which kind of does happen occasionally in this game. So I like that. It's kind of cool. So you can use overkill to get a riot shield. But yeah, moving on to the perks from that little tangent there. The double time, EOD, overkill, scavenger, quick fix, cold-blooded. Every single perk here is usable and does a very good job. Overkill, especially if you're going for that riot shield or a pretty disgusting build that I'm going to make a video on maybe later on this week. We'll see how we go. But yeah, double time, EOD, overkill, scavenger, cold-blooded, and quick fix are all good here. I tend to use EOD just because of how many claymores I still see running around. I mean, it's basically my fault. Like, you use claymores, then everybody else pulls out the claymores, so it's good, always good to have EOD. Your second perk, again, can be restock, hardline, high alert, ghost, kill chain if you're feeling pretty dangerous. Point man's also kind of good. And yeah, mostly these 5 are the ones that I can choose from, so I typically go with Ghost just because it keeps me off that radar, off the UAVs and stuff like that. So I just prefer Ghost just because it gives me a little bit of extra safety, but High Alert's really good. Hardline gets you those kill streaks a bit earlier, and Restock gives you another Claymore if you're feeling so inclined. And perk 3 can be used, again, to various effectiveness. But all the perks are very good. Like, Tune-Up, Amp, Shrapnel, Battle Hardened, and Tracker are the ones that I tend to use, and I tend to switch between. So you can use Tune-Up if you're after that increased field upgrade time. So just makes your dead silence recharge a bit faster, which is really good because it charges quickly anyway. Amped lets you reload weapons switch weapons faster. Sorry, the reload speed of your rocket launch is also increased. So if you are choosing to run a launcher, you can also get away with running Amped. But Shrapnel is mostly what I use. Shrapnel or Battle Hardened, like get you an extra Claymore, or means that you reduced effect of flashes and stuns. So because you do see a lot of those flying around because everyone has access to them in this COD. So pretty good to have Battle Hardened. So one of those two would be my personal preference. And then, of course, your Claymore or your grenade of choice or whatever you really feel. And again, with the tactical grenade, it's basically the same thing. Alrighty, let's jump into some gameplay and show off how dumb this gun is. Also, just keep an eye on the kill feed just to laugh at how many kills the M4 racks up in each game. Like, that's just a big meme.
Alrighty, boys, get the out of this helicopter. Come on, get on the ground. We got to kill, you know? Come on.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, amazing. Oh, don't. Don't. You fucking come here. Come here, where are you? Where the bloody hell are you, mate? Shoot your balls off. Where the f are you? What are you doing back there? Somebody upstairs, surely. Yeah. I heard you there, pal. I heard you. Jesus. Everybody just screaming. Okie dokie. Let me have a peek. Oh, he junked it, I guess, so that helps. Oof. Nope. Let me just put this up so I can walk safely across the window and see what I'm looking at. Fine. That works for me. Oop, here we go. There's going to be one here. It's a weird little transition that is. It always looks a bit strange. Alright. Might have to go a different way. Let me in here. We captured Bravo. He moved up too quickly. You gotta... Wait, what's going on here? Hey, it was a man.
Cruise missile ready to launch. This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover.
Gotta watch that bit there. Might call this in actually just to get a few more kills, try and keep him off B a little bit longer. This should do quite well. Where's that? Where's somebody? Yeah, we got him. It's a bit BS, but that's alright. I didn't get killed by it, so it's not that much BS. Peek me. No? Okay, fair enough. In kind of a shitty spot at the moment. Oh! Hello? There was another. Hold that. We got him. We got claim on the kill as well, that's quite handy. If we sit up here, we just have such good map cover. That's an enemy in there. Nobody gonna do anything about that dude just sprinting around in there? He's got a shotgun, he can't really do anything. Yeah, there is a dude in there. Alright, only one more kill for a chopper gunner. This is good. This is what we're looking for.
Allied UAV overhead.
Oh, he's tagged 100 times, man.
Contact. They've reached the halfway point.
I'm actually out of ammo. That is not good.
Enemy at the church.
You know what? Push me. Push me, you bots. They never push, man. Nice, got that chopper gunner. Call it in straight away, don't even give a shit. Let's go, boys, let's go. Alright, remember how to use the missiles. The missiles are middle mouse button. Where are they? Settle down, lads. Come on. Give me a chance.
Don't push too far or they'll spawn flip to C.
Alright, that'll do. We got a couple of kills there.
Enemy at the bar.
And we have ammo again, which is always handy. We're losing Charlie. Excellent. We pushed too far, boys. We pushed too hard.
Lost Charlie. Windmill.
Flip it back.
Securing Alpha.
I see
Holding Alpha.
Oof.
I see movement.
Enemy at the barrel.
Changing back.
That makes 2. The advantage is ours.
No! No, he dropped into a guy! I don't know what a ruthless kill streak... I'll have to look it up. I think it's 15? Now, I would argue that this game has been quite successful. We didn't get a nuke, and that's kind of disappointing, but
Airstrike incoming. Beware.
it's okay. I will allow a nukeless game if we get that big KD.
Enemy at the windmill.
Enemy at the windmill. Everyone sit. Calm down, soldier. Calm down.
Allied UAV overhead. Enemy at the target. Enemy shield on
Alright. It's a bit weird. That is a teammate. Everyone just settle down, alright?
Allied UAV overhead. Enemy at the courtyard.
It's gone. We scrapped it, boys. We dumpstered it. Oh, here it comes. That was him. That was another one.
Friendly Wilson on station. Beginning sweep. Keep hitting them.
There was a man there.
Needed at B.
Man there too.
Enemy at the trench. You're needed at Bravo.
Nah, man.
Allied precision airstrike. Allied
Nah, the boys have got it
UAV
covered, I
overhead.
reckon. Oh, Jesus. Big airstrike coming in. I think we got to get upstairs. Nice. That was a pretty good game. I enjoyed that there. Not gonna lie, that was pretty fun.